It's Monday, it's Tokyo 23, and there's Asian Champions League football to play. Let's just run the intro and get into things, shall we? Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to Tokyo Rising. It's episode number 64. I hope you had a lovely weekend, and we are back here where we are in the process of a board takeover. Yeah, this has been rumoured a few times over the years, and it's never really materialised ever since Kanta Aoki took over, what was 6 years ago now. But we're not under transfer embargo yet. Of course, the transfer window's closed anyway. Maybe just a little thing to have your eyes on. You know, the finances at the club here are very healthy. We're actually making money. I feel like I've done a great job as manager. I just hope if we are going to get taken over, it's not going to ruin this work I've done, because I'm quite proud of the money we've been making. Anyway, last episode we opened up our Asian Champions League campaign here in the Elite League, taking on, well, two teams. We took on Jubilo, who have only lost one game in this competition. That was against us. And then the other team we beat was Tractor, who have lost their opening 2 games. So it was a good start. Since then, we have played one other game. That game was against Jeonbuk, who are a decent little K1 side. Last year, they finished second in K1, and we beat them thanks to one man and the power of set pieces. Yes, look, Manga with a brace. He's a very good player, isn't he? Twice we landed the ball on his forehead. They did get a goal late at the end. Sadly, was not enough for them. A set piece of their own. Nemo did have 2 goals ruled out in this game as well, but crucially, another win. We are looking good in the Asian Champions League. Win our 2 games today against Rongcheng in China and then Johor DT in Malaysia. And all of a sudden, with 5 games played, we're pretty much through, which would be a really nice position to be in. Because, of course, we have 8 games in the league stage. We play 5 now before the end of the season. And then these 3 games that I have upcoming, they all take place during pre-season. And ideally, with players not having fitness during this stage, it'd be good to get out of the league stage before these games come around. Anyway, looping back onto what's been going on in this season since we last here, you can see we've only played a few games in J1, but some good results here. 5-1 against Balmare was nice, and then a first versus second affair against Kashima Antlers ended like this. 7-1. Yeah, one of those games where it felt like every single shot we had just ended up in the back of the net. Kamiyama, man of the match in this game with 3 assists to his name. A really good performance, and a performance that if we just look at the league table, pretty much all but secures us the title with 5 or 6 games remaining. After those 2 J1 games, we had that Champions League game against Jeonbuk that I've already mentioned, and then a little bit of a distraction as we had the League Cup. You can see here we had the semi-final against Catalere in J2. Played a full strength 11 for the first game against them. We won 5-0. In the second leg, it finished 2-2. Rotated the team very, very heavily, and well, that rotated team went on to play another game in just a few days' time against Sagan Tosu. Of course, they are in the 3rd division of Japan. To be fair to them, they're doing great to make it to the Emperor's Cup quarter-final, but our B team was able to dispatch of them. Takagi, rolling back the clock and getting 4 games in this night game was really nice to see. And off the back of those 2 games with a rotated team, it now leads into 2 Asian Champions League games where we are fully rested and raring to go. And you might remember last episode where we had a load of injuries. Well, there's still a couple of injuries. Sasaki coming back from another knock. Yeah, of course, he was out with an ankle injury prior, then picked up a tight groin in a recent game. So a shame for him that he just can't seem to find any match fitness. The other man who's out is Mitsuhashi, only a minor injury for him, but it does upset me when he gets injured, because I feel like every time he gets injured, he's going to lose a little bit more of the pace that he's already lacking, which he probably needs to have better pace, really, to be featuring in our team. But you know what? He's got injured. He's not declined too much. He's still our boy. I'm still going to play him to the end of time. Anyway, we have got 2 games like I already mentioned. Rongcheng are up next. They are currently 3rd in the, Super League in China. A good team. The Chinese champions last year. Their key man is He Pengyu. Like I already mentioned, they have not been a great team when it comes to their Champions League performances thus far. I feel like we should definitely be backing ourselves to win this. They've got 1 win and 1 defeat through their 2 games. But on paper, we have a better team. And then Johor DT that we take on are actually bottom with 4 defeats in a row. So we really should be winning those games today. This game in Malaysia is going to involve away day. So if you're an away day fan, Look forward to that shortly. Anyway, last episode we had a load of injuries to the team. Those injuries not actually existing anymore, which is really nice to be able to say. You can see here the team is pretty much at full strength. Tachibana not quite match sharp, but everyone else in the team has slowly been building back up that match sharpness. In the team, you might notice one notable exception. Taba, I'm dropping. I've had enough of Tabba. He's announced he wants to leave on a free transfer at the end of his contract in 18 months' time. I need to plan for life without him. And Miyake, you might remember me bigging him up last episode. This guy's just continuing to improve. He's 20 years old. On paper, yeah, he's not as quick as Tabba. He can't finish like Tabba, but his aerial ability is really good for us. And in our first 3 Champions League games, he's got man of the match twice. So with that in mind, I feel like he just has to feature in this Champions League game today. Anyway, that is the team for this game. It is a very, very strong team. Despite all the injuries we had over the last couple of months, we are now at a point where I've been able to rotate the team a little bit, given the fact we had some easier draws in the domestic cup competitions. And it should set us up nicely now for an end of the season, which, whilst it is densely packed, given the current status of the league fight, where we are looking fairly comfortable, don't need to worry about rotating things as much as perhaps I thought I might do. Of course, the Chinese Super League once upon a time was full of lots of foreign talent. That spending mandated by the government kind of isn't to the same extent anymore. Teams are a lot more financially restricted in China. Some of the rules around salaries that can be offered to players have been, well, they've been made a lot stricter too. So there's gone are the days of having Hulk play up top alongside Talisca. Instead, it's going to be a lot of Chinese nationals, which in Football Manager are not very good, and punishing them early would have been really nice. Nemo's shot is saved. You might have noticed as well, with Miyake coming into play as an advance forward, Nemo is going to move across to pressing forward. Ordinarily, he is our main man as the advance forward. We might swap them back and forth over the course of this little period here to end the year. Kind of want to work out what our best striker setup is, especially given the fact, kind of resigning myself to the fact that Tabba probably is going to have to leave at some point. That shot by Nemo was not far over from the free kick. Manga has picked up a booking a little early on in this game, slightly concerning there, but right now we are dominating possession. We're having all the chances. They've yet to have a shot on goal, which is kind of somewhat promising, and despite us having a booking, they've got a few of their own as well. Tachibana, back from injury today, is at right back. He plays it inside to Kadono, playing that defensive midfielder, the record transfer. Delacorte now could look to get it into the middle, gives it back to Kadono. He's going to shoot. And I'll tell you what, he was once upon a time a centre-back. We've trained him at defensive mid this year. He might be our club record transfer. I didn't think he had that in his locker to score from there. He very nearly did. Okay, half-time rapidly approaching here. Maybe one last chance before the break to try and find a breakthrough. Delacorte to the byline, drills it across Honda, back to Delacorte. Nice build-up play here. Yamazaki pulls the trigger. Yamazaki finds the back of the net. The roaming playmaker, finding a little bit of space at the edge of the box, sat there, waited patiently for the ball to arrive at his feet. And when it did, he knew exactly what to do. Honda's pass here was quite an intelligent one back to Delacorte. You can see Yamazaki, given just a few yards of space, maybe deflected on its way in. Not going to ruin the moment. It's a great goal. It's a nicely worked goal. Gives us the lead, and that is going to make my halftime team talk that little bit easier. Very happy with the performance so far. Ratings from players in the final third, maybe not the best, but we've got loads of striking options on the bench. And of course, in this competition, we have 12 players on the bench. So there's lots of options to bring on. I mean, Rongcheng right now are yet to have a shot on goal. As I say that, of course, they then go and have their shot. I'm not feeling too threatened by them just yet. In some ways, knowing that we've got another game in the Asian Champions League in a few days' time, getting a second goal might just invite me to rotate my team a little bit. Haruto Honda, it's his 24th goal of the year, and it's a stupendous finish. Was it Kadono with the assist? Here, was it the defensive midfielder linking up the lines? Indeed it was. Nice little turn by him. Honda, bit of time and space, but I'll tell you what, that goal is all on the finishing and perhaps the questionable goalkeeping. In the top bins, 2-0. Look, Manga, free kick deep inside our own half, gives it to Kadono. Nemo, back to Kadono here. Wide now with Delacorte, the left back, skips past one man. Can he skip past another? Little bit isolated here, but goes back to Kadono. Nice build-up play here. Yamazaki to Manga. They are sat with lots of players deep in the middle. Feel like if we want to make something happen, it's going to be space perhaps in the wide areas that we can find. Kadono gives it to Honda in the channel, though. That's a great ball. That is an insane finish by Honda. It's another goal for the main man, and that shot there has hit one post, rolled across the line really satisfyingly, and hit the other post and ended up in the back of the net. It's another assist, if I'm not mistaken, for Kadono. Honda found a little channel of space. That finish, oh, that's just a fun finish, isn't it? Now, I know we've got a big game coming up, so I'm going to bring in Sasaki, who I need to build up some match fitness. Kibe can come on as well. I'm leaving Tabba frosted out of the team right now. We've got so much striking talent. We don't need Tabba. Screw Tabba. All my homies hate Tabba. or something. I'm going to give Yamazaki a rest as well. Manga on a booking isn't exactly ideal. Rather than risk him getting sent off, we'll do a little shuffle here. Kodono is going to drop in at centre-back, and then Nakamura is going to play as the defensive midfielder for us. Been another really good display, of course. We got 2 clean sheets in our opening 2 games. When we conceded against John Book in the 93rd minute to win 2-1, I was annoyed that the clean sheet was thrown away at the death. I'd love to keep a clean sheet now, of course. Goals are fun as well. Kamiyama to the byline. He's been a bit quiet today. He's not quiet now. He gives it to Sasaki. It's 4-0. It's getting embarrassing. Am I right in thinking that Japan beat China in a national team match like 7-0 or 7-1 recently? Could we go for that? We're a little way off it right now. Corner for us here. Kamiyama. Where is Luck Manga? It's these near post corners which I've been trying to use more this year. That one is cleared away, but only as far as Kodono, who shoots. He hit the woodwork earlier, that one a little more wayward. It goes out for a goal kick, but that goal kick itself is just going to be straight into another highlight here. Not a good defensive header by Kodono. Otter for them to the byline, whips it in back post. I mean, that was a chance for them. At 4-0, I don't mind them having chances, but I'd love a clean sheet still, like I already said. I'm anxiously looking in the top left to find out how much added time there is going to be in this game. We are now at 89 minutes played and counting. We're in possession here. Lots of space in the middle for Kataoka to make a run through. Gives it to Kibe. He finds the back of the net. That is a lovely goal by Kibe. Criticised him, I think, just last episode for his lack of goal scoring. He has actually stepped up in the recent run of matches. And this was a nice finish here. 2 subs linking up with one another. Kibe turning on the afterburners. Really nice running behind. First time finish was delightful. 2 minutes of added time at the end of this game is just going to come and go. And that is a rather emphatic result. We are looking like the real deal in the Asian Champions League. Of course, it's a newer addition to the competition to have the East and West split all the way to the final. Based on the fact that all the teams we're competing against right now are teams that we could potentially meet in the knockout stages until the final. I'm feeling good about going on a run this year. 4 games played, 4 wins. If we get a win in the next game against Johor DT, who have lost 5 in a row, there is a real possibility that we could be qualifying after the next game. And suddenly those last 3 games do not matter. I promise you guys a trip to Thailand. It might not happen, and I'm sorry. Of course, there I am referencing the fact that we have Buriram United away from home just during the pre-season. Don't know how that would fit in with a transfer special and stuff, but the reality is these games may not even matter in the grand scheme of things. Also, we get £120,000 for every win in the Asian Champions League. I'm going to be honest, it's not a crazy amount of money. It's nice money though, isn't it? And well, let's see if we can bank some more money. We're going to go to Johor. We're taking on Darul Takzim, who are, well, a very, very good team. We're heading, I want to say, to the capital city of Malaysia. Is Malaysia's capital Johor? I feel like it is. I'd take it back. It's Kuala Lumpur. It's a good job this isn't an educational channel, isn't it? Either way, we're heading to a team that have won the title in Malaysia 15 of the last 16 years. It should be a challenge, you'd think, but based on their recent performances, maybe not. This is their star striker. He doesn't seem that bad. I don't know how they've not won any games. Okay, they are lacking players on their roster, and one of their best players is retiring at the end of the year during the league stage of the Champions League. That's unfortunate for them, isn't it? Right, let's get forward to that next game. It is in just 4 days' time. I'm going to rest up the players, hop on a plane. I'll join you for an away day in just a mo. I do wonder if, in terms of miles, this might be one of the furthest away days I've ever done. We are leaving Tokyo, we are leaving Japan, and we are heading to Malaysia, and we're heading to Johor, where somewhere around here, somewhere is the football stadium. I actually peeked at where it was beforehand and cheated, and I was going to say, can't find it now. I found it here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Johor Darul are actually owned by the Malaysian royal family or something. There's definitely some money behind the club. Here is their football stadium, and it's quite impressive. The Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, which has 6 zones of car parking. They knew I was coming, oh my word. It's car park central. The roundabout has a football cut into the hedges. I feel like we're home. If I'm going to be critical of the ground, there's not a lot of activities around it. It's definitely built on the edge of the city, but, I mean, look at the car parking. I'm an easy man to please, aren't I? I actually don't know if, and this is a bit of a big if, I don't know if there's Street View in Malaysia. Okay, good news, there is Street View in Malaysia, otherwise that would have been awkward. Immediately, I want to check out the Well, I thought it was hedges. It's actually smaller than hedges. Here is the football roundabout, which from here just looks crap. But from the satellite view, it looked great. I can definitely confirm we're at the right football team's name. Here is their stadium, by the way. I love the badge. I feel intimidated. I feel like we're entering the Tiger's Den. Isn't it Lion's Den? Do tigers have dens? I don't know. I mean, in terms of the car parking, is this some of the nicest car parking we've ever seen? It might just be the tropical trees that make me instantly think it looks nicer and fancier. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is only one of the zones. There's loads of these. You've got a 2-laned road around the edge of the stadium as well. Is that overkill? I actually don't know. I'll tell you what, this car park over here is one of the big ones. Look at this. You can go for a joyride on the moped. This guy didn't want his photo taken. It's a good job we're not showing it here on YouTube, isn't it? Look at this. Look at this. If I'm going to have one minor complaint, I will say the power lines are they're a bit obstructive, aren't they? They kind of ruin the view. But in terms of the actual stadium, not only does it look cool, it's in a nice location with a car park. And if I turn around, by the way, here is the Johor DT football kind of association office thing, just for the club. It's literally next to the stadium. Even this looks fancy. I've not looked at Zone 4's car park yet. We have to go look at every zone's car park. Don't like this zone as much. Yeah, it's not got as good as foliage, has it? Zone 6 looks like an afterthought. I'm going to get a review on it done. Oh, okay. Zone 6 might be my favourite. Also, what? Oh, is this entrance booths? They've got security to get into the car park. Okay, Zone 6 is where it's at. Okay, I've just lusted over the car park for ages. Wait, there's a KFC. Can I go see the KFC? I need more info. Oh, my word. There's a KFC in the stadium. It's getting a good score. I'm going to go look at all these other dots here. What other shops have we got? Oh, are we in the KFC? Is this KFC? Woodfire. I guess this isn't KFC. It's another restaurant. But, I mean, even this looks nice. Okay, here's the outside of Woodfire. It's a pizza place. I think. Is that pizza? I think you get spicy pizza here. That's my detective skills coming in good. So here's the main bit of the stadium. You've got the KFC and the Woodfire either side of each other. Let me know in the comments. Team Woodfire, Team KFC. Which you picking? Apparently there is a Starbucks. I haven't been able to find it and I'm sorry. Okay, probably should go in the stadium. There's not many dots in the stadium. There's 3. Let's hope that it's good. First one. Dun, 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 dun. It's not. It's not in the stadium. But we are stood in the middle of a water fountain or something. Oh, okay. Well, it's not what I was expecting, but the stadium looks cool from here, doesn't it? Okay. There was 2 dots left and I was starting to panic. Look at this. Drone footage of the stadium. I mean, this is the inside of the stadium. No running track. Very circular for a ground with no running track. But look at the car parking. It might be the best car parking we've seen on any away day ever. I think I'm actually in love. Look how good it looks. If I'm going to be critical, activities around the stadium besides just parking in the car park, probably a bit limited. Right, there's 1 dot left. I need this to be in the stadium. I want this to be on the pitch. It's more drone footage. I mean, this doesn't help anyone. Don't get me wrong, it looks lovely. But I wanted to go inside. Sometimes when you zoom in more dots appear. Nope, I've used all the options. You know what? To give the score today, I'm just going to sit in Woodfire and give the score. This could have been a very, very, very high-scoring away day. If there'd been footage in the ground, points. If there'd been, well, just an activity going on around it, more points. But besides that, it has a pissing KFC and a place where I can get pizza and make your life delighted. See, I don't know what this means. I'm giving it 8. The shirt's inspired me. I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect going into that away day. That don't feel like an away day of old. I feel like I've just been on an adventure. Okay, saying all of that, it is the team who are first in the Asian Champions League Elite League phase, taking on the team who are currently bottom. We should be getting a win here. In terms of the team for this game, do I want to bring back Taba? Do I want to forgive him? I don't think I'm ready. I left him on the bench last game. Miyake didn't perform, but then Kibe came on and scored. You know what? I might give Kibe a game. Kibe is still improving. I'm going to give him a chance alongside Nemo. Let's see what they can do together. Okay, they are playing a 4-4-2. They've lost every game they've played so far. We really should be winning. And when I say winning, I don't mean by 1 or 2 goals. This really, based on the other results they've had, should be a little bit of a demolition. I want at least 4. I may be getting greedy. Imagine if they score. I'd probably deserve that, wouldn't I? They've got the ball in a bad area here. If they score, imagine the scenes. They've actually scored. It's deflected and P-rolled into the bottom corner. I am fuming. Maybe the trip to Malaysia was the issue. Maybe the plane. You know, we should have got our own chartered plane instead of going standard class. You know, players have got cramp in their legs and stuff. I'm really trying to come up with a backstory for the fact that we've conceded there, because it's bloody embarrassing. But there is a kick-off highlight. A chance maybe to respond immediately. Delacorte, Nemo. Play it through the middle, maybe Nemo switches it, Tachibana. There's 4 players in the middle. Surely we can pick out one of them. We can. Kamiyama is there. It's 1-1 after 3 minutes. At the moment, we're on for a 30-30 scoreline. That'd be fun. Okay, well, 2 shots in this game so far, 2 goals, and we're now less than 10 minutes in. There's another highlight happening immediately. Honda applying some pressure. Yamazaki latches onto the free ball, and he is now going to bring it forward here. Nemo with the ball. Options to his right. Dinks it. Kibe. What a finish that is. No, that one ain't offside. The linesman hasn't raised his flag. That can't be given. It was a beautiful goal. The players are celebrating it before it's even been given. Yamazaki to Nemo. And then this little dink, Nemo finding Kibe. Nice little run to stay onside. And then on the volley, first time. That's a fun finish, isn't it? Okay, goal kick for Darul Tekzim. We're going to get the ball immediately and try and make something happen here. Nemo, Honda, options inside. Nemo, back to Kibe. Drags his shot wide. That should have been free. Free kick in a dangerous area here. We've looked good so far in this game. Nemo, oh my word. I mean, I kind of wish he'd save a banger like that for like a massive game, you know, a Beckham versus Greece moment. Instead, he's picked out one of his best goals he'll score all year, probably one of the best goals he'll score in his career, in a game that we probably should win anyway. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. What a free kick that was. It's another free kick. He can't do it again, can he? Could he? Maybe. Nemo, he stood over it. He looks hungry. He looks ready. He's hit the woodwork. I really thought it was going to go in. They've cleared it away. Maybe another goal's coming. In fact, I thought the highlight was going to end there. It's going to keep coming. Honda, Delacorte, Nakamura whips it. Kibe heads it against the crossbar. Nemo gets the rebound. The referee is flagging for it. The linesman hasn't flagged for it. Is this goal going to count? VAR is checking it. And it is going to count. It's 4-1 here. I thought the chance had gone when we missed the first opportunity. I thought the chance had gone when we hit the woodwork here via Kibe, but the ball ballooned up in the air, and Honda, I was going to say he leapt highest. He definitely didn't leap as high as Tanigawa for them, but Tanigawa jumped so early, he was stood on the floor when the ball was in range, and with that, it's 4-1. I said I wanted 4 goals in this game minimum. We've done it inside half an hour, and now we're bringing the ball forward again. Kamiyama, Honda, through the middle. It's a beautiful goal. VAR are going to check this again. Is it onside? I mean, the players are doing a dance outside the 18-yard box. The goal is going to count, and it's 5-1 here. I mean, now it feels like a lifetime ago that we were down a goal, doesn't it, really? Kamiyama, Honda continued on his run. Nice finish. Keeper couldn't stop it going in. There's a kickoff highlight. Like, if this is us scoring a 6th, we really need to calm down, because this is bordering on bullying at this point. We let them have the lead. We've scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes. Surely we're not going to add a 3rd goal inside 3 minutes. The ball's launched forward. It's won once and twice by them, but we are going to get the ball via Juf. Nakamura, Yamazaki, Kamiyama, options in the middle. Honda's there. He's scored. I forgot to mention, by the way, look, Manga isn't in the team at centre-back today because he's suspended after that yellow card last game. I don't think we're missing him. Are we the baddies? I feel like we might be the baddies. I mean, it's a great header, but I do feel guilty at this point. I gave the away day a good score too. Kamiyama to whip it in. Juf is at the near post. He can't get there, but it's only away as far as Kibe. Kodono could pull the trigger from range. He hit the woodwork earlier. Not going to score there because he's decided not to shoot. Of course, he is playing at centre-back with Manga out. Nakamura into the team and looking worth his place in the team with Manga's absence. Nemo turned his man wide to Tachibana, the right-back. Players in the middle. Kamiyama. His shot is deflected in. It's an own goal. It doesn't matter. It's 7-1. I mean, we've only had 19 shots. We've scored 7. Their goalkeeper's not been great. I'm just going to tell the players I'm happy. I don't think I need to overcomplicate things today. Okay, 3 changes made at the break. I've decided to be merciful, but we have brought in Miyake, who of course has had that crazy goal-scoring run. Ito, by the way, the youngster, going to come out on the right-hand side. And Kataoka, the other new player coming into the team, giving just a few players like Yamazaki a rest ahead of the Emperor's Cup semi-final that we've got coming up in the nearish future. Feel like in a game where we're 7-1 up, probably should and can afford to rest the legs of some of our better players. Delacorte at left-back, by the way, with the ball here. Nakamura bringing it forward, dinks it. Ito squares it. Miyake scores. He's been on the pitch 68 seconds. He's found the back of the net. I'll level with you. I kind of felt bad for them at like 5-1. And now we're on the verge of potentially getting an 8th. I'm starting to feel more and more bad. I mean, if they get 1 goal back, that would be kind of us, wouldn't it? They have actually got... It's 8-2. You had 8 to be them. That pun is definitely not going to work. There's going to be more goals, isn't there? I said at 8-2 that I didn't think that it would stay at 8-2. At the moment, it is still staying at 8-2. The keeper's made a crazy save there. There's only 15 minutes left. Come on, what are we doing, boys? What are we doing? We need to step it up here. We need to get a goal. And this corner is not going to lead to anything. I mean, to be fair to them, they've not given up. They're on the attack again. Imagine if they get 8-3. Imagine. I don't want to imagine it. They're on the attack. Do I need to be scared? Che Hassan back to Ajmal. Inside. It's a lovely goal. Is it going to count? I mean, the bloke has grabbed the ball and is running to the centre circle like Usain bloody Bolt. So he thinks it's going to count. Is it going to be 8-3? It's going to be 8-3. What a shame. I mean, to be fair, we scored 7 in the first half. I can't really blame the players, can I, for just deciding to take it easy in the second half. This game here is going to finish an 11-goal thriller. I bet you didn't have that on your bingo cards. 5 wins out of 5, averaging, 3 goals a game in our favour? Not a bad performance for our Champions League debut. Meanwhile, by the way, J-League games are being played at the moment. We're 6 points ahead of Antlers. They've got 4 games left of the year. We've got a load of games in hand because of all the cup games I'm having to get involved in. I thought this was an inbox item regarding the fact we made it to the Champions League knockouts. No, this is just confirmation that by securing a top 3 finish, we will at the very least next year play in the Champions League 2. I really hope we're going to be playing in a higher competition than this. We need to be playing in the real Champions League every year. Now, in terms of upcoming games, we have got the Emperor's Cup semi-final against Cerezo Osaka and then Jubilo in the J-League Prime round final. The J-League Cup is a cup competition. I'll be honest, it is not the most prestigious by any means. It'd be nice to win it, but I almost feel like, given the fact I've played Jubilo so much lately, it's not a game I necessarily need to concern myself with for an episode, especially because at this point, really, we're all about the Champions League, the league, and hopefully the Emperor's Cup, where we are in the semi-final. We're taking on Cerezo Osaka. I'll back us to win that. I hope I don't live to regret it. We should be playing in the final next episode. And speaking of next episode, it's probably going to be a fairly traditional end-of-season episode of some kind. Hopefully, it'll be capped off by the Emperor's Cup final, talking a little bit about transfer plans and such. Of course, in terms of Champions League games, we are now on a break until January. I think there are some other teams playing in the intermission. We've played a fair few more games than some of the other teams, but as those games get played out, our fate in this competition should get clearer. I think it's safe to say at this point, we will probably be finishing in the top 8 in it. Let me know what you thought of today's away day and the performances. Some fun matches all in all. Hopefully that takeover that's going on in the background isn't going to result in any unnecessary drama for me, but if it does, I'm sure you'll hear about it tomorrow, where hopefully I will see you guys for more. Appreciate you watching today. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more. I'm out.